Hi guys. I have no idea how well this is going to work. This is my first attempt at doing a riding video with my new Insta360 1R camera, complete with a 96-inch selfie stick, which I do not have fully extended yet. No idea how it's going to look, how it's going to sound, if it's going to work at all. I do have my Rode Wireless Go hooked up to it, so hopefully the audio sounds all right. Once again, it is late in the afternoon on Sunday, just like last week when I rode with Igor and Larson. I'm not getting my first riding in until almost the end of the weekend. So we'll talk about that more later. But we are on the move. It's weird, my left knee that I've been complaining about for 2 months, 3 months, I don't know how long, it's been feeling better. You know, I've been getting along pretty good, walking with a limp more or less. Walking without a limp more or less, but ironically I get on the EUC and it feels uncomfortable. That's weird. Like, I've been walking around, I've been doing work all weekend, hasn't really been an issue, but for some reason this stance feels a little weird right now. So the big news of this week, well, a couple things. Marty got the Sherman put back together with a different motor, different system board, and he was able to get all the way up to the top of Overheat Hill, which I know a bunch of people were happy about. It looked like he was not going to make it. I guess he had problems seeing where he was going, and he actually stopped, but then he was able to regroup, mount back onto the Sherman, and complete Overheat Hill. So that made a lot of people feel better. A bunch of people that probably went and canceled their Sherman pre-orders, now maybe they order it again. Seems like there's a very fickle element of the EUC community that cancels and reorders different wheels based on whatever the latest video results are. So it's kind of funny, but general consensus was people were happy to see, and I know Marty was very happy to see, that the Sherman made it all the way to the top of Overheat Hill. Man, I don't have this selfie stick even close to fully extended, and it already feels like a mile. Let's see, 96 inches, how far is that? 7 feet is 84 inches. Oh wow, so this is an 8-foot selfie stick. I'm only 1 foot shorter than Marty's 9-footer. Although trying to go that far with a 361R is not as easy as a 361X, because the 361R definitely has more weight to it. I don't think it'd be as comfortable to ride with it fully extended. So the other thing that I paid attention to this week was there's a video put out, I don't remember the guy's name, not well known in the EUC community, but his video went in depth talking about the two new suspension wheels, the V11 and the S18. And the most noteworthy part of the video was his criticisms of the way that the suspension on the S18 was put together. Specifically some of the manufacturing or the assembly decisions that were made that seemed to create binding, or potentially can create binding in the suspension of the S18. So I found some of this stuff very interesting, considering I do have an S18 on its way to me. Some of the information talked about, a lot of the information talked about actually, was also in a thread in the electric unicycle forum, so you can dig around in there and find it as well. If I remember, I'll put a link to it in the description below. But it talked about a number of things. The most prominent thing was that little metal block that's between the tubes, the slide tubes. Evidently in some situations people have found that metal block actually was making the tubes not be parallel to each other and causing binding of the suspension as a result. And simply removing that metal block, which I believe is something new with the production models. I don't remember the pre-production model having that block, but just removing that block evidently helped a lot of people as far as operation of the suspension. It didn't stick quite as much. The other major problem that people found was the way that the parts of the suspension arms are assembled seems to negate the benefit of having bearings. Like sometimes they had lock washers over these bearings that were actually digging in to the portion of the bearing that is supposed to spin freely. The end result was when people took their suspensions apart, some actually had bearings that were broken from being cranked down on, combined with the spring washers that were put in there. So it seems like there are some odd choices there, and I'm accumulating a list of things that I want to check when I get my S18, just to make sure that it works as smoothly as possible. But I did hear that KingSong once again suspended the second batch of S18s, and I'm wondering if that is because they are going back and re-examining the way that the linkage is put together. That would be my guess. And just like is always the case, when these kind of issues come to light, you have a group of people say, oh, it's no big thing, KingSong haters, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the other side, the other extreme side, oh, end of the world, KingSong's terrible, they suck, they lock wheels, blah, blah, blah. So I don't feel that way, either side of the coin, but I am going to definitely take a good look at my suspension just to make sure that everything feels like it moves without significant resistance as it should. And anyone that's getting an S18, I would recommend you do the same thing. No idea how this is going to look. It's going to be weird, with the using the 360 camera, because the way I envision this is going to have to go is I am going to have to first take it into the native Insta360 One editor, edit the 360 footage there, and then I'm gonna probably move it into my conventional editor and do some further tweaking there. So it will definitely be more time consuming. Now I do have the option with this camera. I have the 4K. It's nice that it's modular. I have a 4K camera that I can use it just like a regular action cam. So maybe that will save some time, but we shall see. I think that was an electric bike. It looked like a Super 73 electric bike to me. And I can just spin the 360 view around and you can see it. That's kind of cool, right? So part of the reason that I've been busier than normal the last several weekends is I have reestablished the list. This is something that I had for a long period of time in my adult life. Like on the weekend, freaking back hurts from doing the list. Back hurts. Oof. Like on a Friday, I would sit there, I would write down a list of things that I wanted to get done this weekend. Then as I do them, I check them off. And checking them off is a satisfying feeling. And having the list kept me on point. Made sure that the stuff I wanted to get done, got done. Now, an issue with that was my second wife hated the list. She hated it. She hated having this whole list of things that need to get done, at least in my viewpoint. And so I kind of moved away from the list. Once I got separated, I started using the list again. But then I got away from the list several years ago. I stopped doing lists on the weekends. And after talking to Cindy, she said that she likes the list. She likes having a defined set of things that we want to get done for the weekend. So I've been doing the list, but the end result is I've been doing more. The list is getting big. The one weekend it was like 12 things. So I got to tweak things, because I want to get stuff done, but I don't want to just be grinding myself into the dirt every weekend, which I do have a tendency to do at times. And today was no different than that. Yeah, yesterday I was doing shit all day. Today, Cindy decided that she wanted to turn our orchard, well, it was my orchard, my very unsuccessful orchard that I've had for years. I told her that I was fine if she turned it into a Zen garden, which is not really a Zen garden. It's just, it's a big space, like a 16 by 32 space that has a few fruit trees that she is totally converting. She's doing a great job on it. But I've been helping her out as I can. And this weekend, the project was adding some 4x4s that we could mount one of those sun sails on. So as is often the case with my projects, they kind of morph over time, and it started out with this idea, and then another idea gets tacked onto it, another idea gets tacked onto it, and the end result was I spent most of today, you know, working on that stuff. So yeah, I didn't get done until about 4:30. So yeah, anyways, the list, it's a thing, good and bad. You know, I am the kind of person that really needs to get stuff done, and if I don't, I feel like shit. So we're gonna keep rolling with the list for now. And I really should have popped some Advil before this ride. I mean, even the littlest of bump is just freaking, it's like someone's tasering my lower back. It's not a good feeling at all. We're about a mile from Dunkin' Donuts, thankfully. They really have the path over there ripped up now. As you see over there, massive pipes. I assume it's sewage, I guess? I don't know. Someone said it's for the new developments that they're putting in over on that side. But the bike path is not usable currently. I got to ride Mockley Road all the way to Dunkin' Donuts, which you guys know how much I love doing that. Rolled ice cream, that's new. I'm sure Cindy would like to try that out sometime. Ouch, that hurt. All right, top speed. First half of that ride, just under 30, 29.7 miles an hour. 59% battery remaining, and we've gone 11.3 miles so far. Whew, man, I feel like shit, guys. It sucks, man, because I was feeling, I'm feeling good otherwise, but man, riding does not feel good. Coffee's good though. All right, let's get set up and get moving. All right, Dunkin' Donuts, this might be my personal message that goes to your Twitter account. These paper cups you guys switched to, I appreciate the environmental thought behind it, but who the heck engineered them? They're terrible. Every other cup I get, they leak like this. It sucks. It totally sucks. And I'm so sick of wearing my coffee because you guys can't provide a cup that actually keeps the coffee inside. I mean, seriously, it's so annoying. Rant over. See, it sucks because since I passed out over there, I had to cross over right away here on a Mockley Road where they have no bike lane, lots of traffic. So now I'm on the bumpy sidewalk for, you know, half a mile. Oh boy, oh wow. Really bumpy sidewalk, okay. Man, I hope this footage comes out. If it doesn't, I'll be pissed. Seriously, because I probably look like a freaking moron. And I feel naked without my rear view mirror, guys. When I have the helmet up, the rear view mirror is disabled. Back in the bike lane now. Now, hopefully the annoyance should be over. I believe I have a tailwind, so I will probably be picking up the pace on the way back. Maybe, I don't know. My battery's not that high though, so maybe not. I don't know. The goal is just to arrive home without any new aches or pains. Quick update on my S18 and V11. And I think I said this last week too. I'm not sure. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I'm hoping maybe to have both of them in my hand. My second batch V11 and S18, whatever batch that'll be, I don't know. By you know, second or third week of September. That is my goal. That is what it was looking like, at least as of last week, but you never know. So sooner the better, obviously, but I've been patient before. I can be patient again. Hey Sean, here's looking at you, kid. I can do Tiny Planet too, man. Yeah! Before I forget, I wanted to thank Igor. Igor, even though it wasn't necessary whatsoever, Igor hooked me up with a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. So this Dunkin' Donuts is probably on you, buddy. Thanks again. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And Larson, thanks as well. You're a cool kid. All right, we made it, guys. We are back home. Let's get a quick look at the stats here. Okay, said the journey was just under 22 miles, top speed of 29.9 miles an hour, and I have 44% battery remaining. I don't believe I was at 100% when I left. I think I never charged it after riding with Igor and Larson, so that was not from 100%. But the MSX did great, man. It's such a great cruising wheel. I just wish that my lower back and knees just weren't aching so much, man. It really affects my enjoyment of EUC riding, unfortunately. It's punishing me right now, and that's one of the reasons that I really enjoyed having a suspension wheel, was that it definitely seemed to help the problem somewhat. But that's it. Oh, I'll stop whining. So if you guys found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. I mean, this was more just a test of the 361R. Who knows what this is going to look like and how it's going to turn out, but please, in the comments below, let me know what you think. This is your first time visiting the channel, please think about subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can always hit the notify bell, which is over there, and 360, man, it might be all the way over there. Who knows where it is. And that's all I have for you for now. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Next weekend is Labor Day weekend, I think, right? So 3-day weekend, that's good. Hopefully I'll heal up a little bit and be able to enjoy some riding. And that's all I have for you for now. I think I said that before. Until next time, Duffman out. Just wanted to show you what I was talking about earlier. There's Cindy. Cindy and 360. Unfortunately, wherever you stand, you're in the camera. So everything you see here, Cindy did. The only thing I helped with was the the overhead component. That's what we've been working on this weekend. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool, right, Cindy? Yeah. Okay.